Namaste, Jai Bharat. The European world has a way. That is, they can do anything. They can do anything dirty, filthy, uh, anything nasty to anyone in whichever manner they feel like or they choose to be. But never speak about it directly. Cover it with cover this poisonous act with sweet terms, sweet language, rhetorics, and present it in most polite manner. They would appear very polished, but inside things are exceptionally different from what they make themselves appear. This is the kind of politics that we go on, that we see, that goes on like that. So we see such things, and the geopolitics has become that, or is so. This they do any damn thing, but never pretend that they ever did it. And even if the whole world knows, they will not accept or acknowledge. This is something special with the kind of political philosophy which European world started after the medieval dark period of papacy of 2000 years roughly, and the kind of things taught to them in political thinking, and also the kind of things which they do politically. Uh, think about two thinkers that comes to my mind is Francis Bacon and Machiavelli. Machiavelli says that lies and deceit is normal with Prince. That book, Prince and Other Writings. Lies and deceit, common for people, let them. And he need not to, a prince need not to possess any qualities at all. If he is a prince, he knows how to cheat others into believing that he is so great. He has all the qualities. You see many world leaders behaving according to this. Now, past, and also you shall see them in the future similar. And Francis Bacon speaks about intellectual legitimacy of social domination. You want to dominate socially, and you will cover up with such chocolate coating, poison, you cover with such chocolate, and present it to an extent that you will intellectually legitimize whatever you do. But everything you do for dominating others, but it legitimates. These kind of theories are on the basis which they had been functioning post papacy period, because then only Europe started developing into civilization. Now we have such stories like positivism, etc., after this, where religion is accounted as negative because of papacy. Now you don't count these great political thinkers into this fold. They are the Greek philosophers. They were mostly statesmen. Take all names: Plato, Aristotle, all names, including Socrates. They were statesmen and they were not dishonest. So they are a different category. In fact, the Greek philosophers were much more influenced by Bharati knowledge tradition. That's a different topic. One has to go deeper into it. So they say something and never speak of what they speak, what they do, and they pretend all good things. This is a story with most Western geopolitics, and which we see today. You look at America today; they banned the H-1B visas, and H-1B visas, 75% plus are people of Bharat, and they think that our people, Bharat, should thank them for giving them opportunity to work, giving them money, etc., etc., etc. Okay, but you are not giving it as free. That aspect why they will never acknowledge. US is not giving anything free to Bharat. Our talents, who are educated by our nation, our nation, I would say legitimately, because we don't charge fees. Our universities don't function on the fees collected by the students. It's nation-run universities. Our IITs and our MITs and our such universities who educated our children, and we don't insist them you continue staying in Bharat. When they go to places like US for better opportunities, they work. They earn money, and what they earn is much less for the work what they do, and what out of their hard work these nations develop, their industries developed, they make profit, and from the profit they treat US citizens and they spend for their welfare. And US has intervened with something like 53 countries right after 47 or 43 in the internal matters of these many 453 countries. They interfered in their internal matters. What for? How much of money they have spent? Where this money comes from? First part, the dollar as international currency fetches them some money without tear, without sweating. Second, it's a money that created by our people who work there. They are given much less. Surplus value theory of Marx. What legitimately belongs to our people are taken away by the American society in the principle of capitalism. And instead of thanking the people of Bharat who are working for them, who created their future, who contributed to their nation building as their own nation, the loyalty can never be questioned. An average Indian is loyal to the place where he works. He wouldn't even think against the interest of the firm or institution or the society for which he works. And that you are not thanking. They are not creating, they are not interfering in a matter of society. They are not interfering in any of your social aspects. They do their part and live comfortably alongside by side of you, cooperating with you for every step, being with you for everything. And whether they are citizens or not, they have got citizenship or not, doesn't make any difference. So long as they work honestly, and they are integrated into society, they respect your society, they live with you as one of you. They don't create separation, that we are different, therefore we want this Sharia law. Now you face it. Now the entire Europe faces it. They will create many islands within your society of separate islands who would want everything distinct and different according to whatever norms which they carry in their head, for which you have nothing to do with that. But you had been doing that to us. But then you are getting it back from them. That's a vicious cycle. Circle and cycle. You will face it when you have to do it. So America, instead of telling all the stories, should be thankful to Bharat. Our youth who gave their youth to creating your nation's infrastructure, you should be thankful instead of speaking bad about immigrants from Bharat. Fortunately, we are creating our own infrastructure. Our people need not to come to you in future at least. We are capable of accommodating them back. It's only because we didn't have that kind of opportunity people when they're not because they want money. Nobody goes for money from Bharat. They look for life, opportunities. And you provided that. You provided that not out of love to Bharat, but you wanted to exploit their talents. Those talents which naturally belongs to us. Those talents which were trained in our society, our universities, our institutes, which is supposed to be helping nation building. All those things came to you. You took advantage of everything for throwaway money. For throwaway money, you get a very cheap labor, cheap work you got. You should pay much more if you hire one of your local citizens. But you enjoyed all the benefits, and now treat us as unwelcome. America, look, you are not giving arms to anyone. Our people worked and earned it. You are not giving arms to anyone, and you are not that kind of people who give arms. When you put money, you will want much more in return. in some form or the other. That had been your training business. You traders, not philosophers. So at least now should understand how thankful America should be to the youth of Bharat who contributed to an extent which you should understand, for which you should be thanking our children who came, lived, and contributed and did not malign your society, did not disturb your society. Why don't you respect that integrity and that transparency and that honesty which you yourself do not have? We shall meet again. Namaste. Jai Bharat, Jai Siya Ram.